Halloween is over, and in my house, we skip Thanksgiving and put Christmas in full effect. And I want to get a head start on the Christmas market, so today we have 4 holiday projects we're going to do that I guarantee are going to sell this winter. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So for our first project, this went really good in one of our Halloween videos, but we are going to be making a silhouette out of a piece of plywood that we used on our last silhouette. So any size plywood will do as long as it's 1/2 inch or better. So I tried to start this free-handed, but I'm not the best drawer. So I've got my 3 speed squares here, our trim square, our regular speed square, and then our big 12, as Daniel calls it. But if you only have one of these, no problem, you can do the same thing or free-handed. But I'm gonna just trace this out.
And then we're gonna flip this over and repeat it on the other side.
Now we're gonna cut this out with whatever saw we have on hand. Oh shit. Now always make sure you're paying attention and don't saw through your sawhorses. Especially if they're metal, like mine. Yep. And just a pro tip, if you're ever in the middle of a board and don't need to cut all the way through it, chalk your guard or either pick up your guard here, line up your point on your line, squeeze the trigger, and then slowly drop your saw down on that line. And if you found that tip helpful, please consider subscribing. It's free, it doesn't cost you a dime, and it really helps the channel out. And please be sure to smash that like button and comment the word Christmas to help us beat this algorithm. So I've heard if you just tap your brush like this on the project, it'll change colors. Come on. Hey, it worked. Cool. All right, so while that's drying, let's go on ahead and move to project number 2. And each project gets a little bit harder, a little bit more advanced every time we move along, so you're gonna wanna watch till the end. But all you're gonna need for project number 2, really easy 5-minute project, is a piece of 4x4 post. And we're gonna start by cutting this down to 3.5 inches. Now we're going to quickly hit it with some 220 all the way around. And now on one end, you're going to want to find your center, mark that out. Hit that with our punch. Then we're going to take our 1.5" Forstner bit and drill down about 1/2 inch or so. Now we're going to take this across the shop and hit it with some red stain all the way around. So now what we're going to do is take a piece of painter's tape. Make sure it'll go down on both sides. And we're going to line that edge up with the edge of our block. Go straight down with it. On the other side. And the best way to go about this is probably to do one side at a time. So we're just going to double layer this so that way we don't get any overspray. Then we're going to take our spray paint. Before that paint dries, you're going to want to go ahead and peel that tape. And while that is drying, I do want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of this video, Woodstarter. Woodstarter is a pretty new company, but they have a lot of great tools, such as this belt sander here. They have lathes, brad nailers, a whole lot of stuff. So go ahead and check them out in the description. But I do want to feature this belt sander real quick. This is super neat and really convenient, especially those hard to reach places, like on our Christmas tree we just cut out. It's got variable speeds, also has a locking trigger right here, so in case you need to hold it down, hold it with one hand, you're good to go. And just to show some of these features a little better, pull the trigger, fires right up. It does have that trigger lock, so you can run around however you like to do it. Easy to get in all these hard to reach places. Like I said, variable speed on the back. Really guys, this has been great to have ever since I got it in the shop. Really easy to hit all them hard to reach places. Those tight grooves, just places that your random orbital sander just won't hit. Super easy to use, dust collection port, you really can't beat it. So click the link in the description and grab yours today. Check out Woodstarter, check out all their tools, and let's get back to the video. All right, so once the white dries here, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. For this next project, all you're gonna need is a piece of 3/16 plywood, and we're gonna cut 3 strips down to 4 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so I got our 3 pieces, boom, boom, boom. We're gonna take a small drill bit, not too small. It's probably a 7/32 or something like that. And we're going to drill a hole in the top and bottom of these 2, and all 4 corners of the ones in the middle. Now we're going to take these over to our paint station and paint them white. Now I got this 40 pack for like $3 of split rings from Walmart, but you can also use rope for this next step. Fishing line, really whatever you want. But we're gonna take our pieces. I'm gonna start with the middle piece and get all the rings on here. Now we're gonna connect them to the top and bottom. And because I don't think I can go a single video without screwing something up, you're going to want to also put 2 holes in your top piece. We're going to leave those alone for now. But I've got these acrylic paint markers. I got these at the craft store for fairly cheap. I think it was 20 bucks for 24 colors. But we're going to put some eyeballs here. And for this last project, to be completely honest, I'm just trying to use up what's left of these 1/2-inch scraps from the cutouts. So you're gonna need one of those. So I'm gonna take my handy dandy pencil here. I'm gonna sketch out. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna trace it with a Sharpie just for you guys to see. And cut this out with a jigsaw. Now we're going to take our new belt sander from Woodstarter, clean up those edges. So the top of my stocking here is 7 inches exactly. So I'm going to cut a 1.5-inch strip out of a piece of scrap wood to 7.5 inches. Now we're gonna take our Woodstarter belt sander and round them corners off a little bit. So we're not done yet. You're gonna wanna cut these, but I found 2 scrap pieces of poplar. Mine are 2.5 inches by 10 inches. You're gonna want something about that length. And then we're gonna need 2 more pieces of scrap plywood. I'm gonna do one measurement at 10.5 by 6, and the other one at 6 by 2.5. Measure out 6 inches. First off, if I haven't already said it in this video, please excuse the mess. Shop's getting a makeover. But normally I would hit this with the brad nailer, but that's in my work truck all the way across the yard. I don't feel like walking that far. So we're gonna hand drive this. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our little thin piece here. We're gonna take our 2.5 inch by 6 piece and put that on our 2 pieces of poplar. Now we're gonna take put it flush. I purposely left these a little long. We're gonna add a little bit of wood glue on each side and nail her down. We'll have that. We're gonna grab our stocking, flip it on the back side, and line this up to the top. Once that's stiffened up a little bit, you can flip it over and nail it into place. Now we're gonna give it a little color. Alright, so I'm gonna try this out. Not sure how it's gonna work with stain, but I'm gonna draw a little heel hole right here. I'm gonna stain this red. I'm gonna probably go honey walnut at the top and the heel here. And then to get this last piece on here, we'll add just a little bit of glue. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of CA glue. Spray the activator. And there we have it, guys. 4 really easy beginner projects. You can do this coming up holiday season in under 15 minutes. Be sure to click the link in the description, check out Woodstarter. Click right here if you want to see my last video. We'll see you guys next time on Boondockbuilds.